Well, welcome fans to another episode of Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour. I am Mike Jeffries, the host of Rush Hour and the play-by-play voice for Barrie Wrestling. And tonight we have a great main event for you, and I promise you it actually is Myung Jae Lee versus Van Landon for the Three Pistols Championship this time. I know I messed up 2 weeks ago, my apologies. That main event was a four-way battle for Clutch Jesse V's Barrie Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. If you have not seen that episode, go back and watch it, and make sure you watch right until the end. But tonight, Myung Jae Lee out for vengeance, looking to win back his Three Pistols Championship from the barn burner Van Landon. We also have former Barrie Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Kyle Boone, the King of Barrie, the Wave Maker, taking on the unnatural Ali, one of the fastest rising young stars on the Ontario Indies, and a young man looking to make a name for himself right here in Barrie. And we are kicking this show off with another former Barrie Wrestling champ, in fact, a Triple Crown champion who hasn't held gold in a minute, the Golden Gun Mark Wheeler, as he does battle with the slasher film villain come to life that is Stratos. So sit down, take a rest, enjoy Rush Hour, go Leafs. I'm Mike Jeffries, and this is Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour. Fans, welcome back to the second half of Back to School 10. I am Mike Jeffries. Alongside me is my commentator partner, Diamond Jim Lowe. And we have a matchup between two men. Well, one man who is not very beloved here in Barrie, and one man who used to be... Well, I'll let the fans tell the story for this matchup. Let's throw it to Aaron Grant in the ring with the introductions.
As you can hear by this crowd, Stratosphere is not someone who inspires love and admiration. He's a man who would stab his mother in the back just to get a win in Barrie Wrestling.
And Stratos has been a while without a singles victory here in Barrie, and he's going to take on a man who, Jim, might be the first person we've had to be multiple times. I'm having an issue. Nominated multiple times for most hated and also most popular wrestler here in Barrie, the Golden Gun Mark Wheeler, beloved now by the Barrie Wrestling faithful. And Jim, this is going to be a great match between two men who have had a long time here in Barrie, but I believe it is a first-time matchup.
Mark Wheeler is a case of a man who just kept on winning, just kept on collecting titles, and earned the respect of the Barrie Wrestling fans. And then one day, he started respecting the fans themselves.
And Mark might be the best combination of athleticism and wrestling skill, pure technical wrestling skill that we have here in Barrie Wrestling. And honestly, I think the only one that's close to him in those two areas is his former tag team partner and our current Barrie Wrestling champion, Clutch Jesse V. But you will see in action later tonight when he defends the title in a four-way matchup. But Jim, I've got to say, the winner of this matchup, they're going to have a pretty good claim to be a number one contender.
Absolutely. And we have had so many great athletes in Barrie Wrestling over the years, but I can tell you, number 1A and 1B in terms of the greatest athletes we've seen are Mark Wheeler and Jesse V.
And you can hear the Barrie Wrestling faithful very much behind the Golden Gun. Stratosphere going for a cheap shot, running into that back elbow. Did Stratos break his nose?
Referee looks that way.
Referee Brad Myers checking to see if it's broken.
I mean, how can you tell?
And Stratos going for a second cheap shot. Wheeler not showing any compassion this time, going right to the side headlock.
Not before he took another shot at the nose.
In the left hand of the midsection, Stratos checking to make sure his nose is still straight. Strong Irish whip. Wheeler, though, smart counter into the back elbow. Stratos' schnoz taking the bulk of the impact so far.
Stratos is such a mean guy. I've even seen pit bulls want to cross the street to get away from him.
Stratos, one half of our main event at our last show, Summer Brawl 2. If you're on IWTV and have not seen that matchup, go ahead and check it out. It is worth your time. Wheeler bringing Stratos back into the ring the hard way. For those of you joining us on Rogers TV, this is the debut of Barrie Wrestling on Rogers TV. This is Back to School 10. If you want to check us out in person, be sure to message Barrie Wrestling on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and buy your tickets for our next show, October 5th. Barrie Wrestling's building a mystery show. There's nothing better than Barrie Wrestling live and in person. You get to see that. Mark Wheeler, incredible drop kick. Stratosphere goes what? 6'4", 6'5", Jim?
6'6", Mike Jeffries.
And Wheeler just drop kicked him right in the nose.
And Wheeler is a big human being. This guy's got bulk, he's got decent height, but he moves like a lightweight. Look at this.
Wheeler head of steam, going for the baseball slide. Stratosphere, duck and cover. Wheeler lands on his feet, and that stiff right hand caught Stratos right in the jaw. Stratos getting punched in the face. And I think a pat to the butt there from Wheeler. Innovative offense, to say the least.
Sure.
Although I feel like Stratosphere getting punched in the face is just typical Friday night for him.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Mike Jeffries.
Stratosphere,
maybe not Christmas Day.
Maybe the top of the list for people in the locker room that I would not want to anger. Not want to run into in a dark alley.
I mean, he'd have to be not angry for you to anger. When have you ever seen Stratosphere not angry?
On the plus side, if he's looking straight ahead, he just won't see me. But Stratosphere now beating down Mark Wheeler on the outside. The Barrie Wrestling faithful here in the FLCC arena, fully behind Mark Wheeler.
And you were mentioning October 5th, building mystery. You cannot believe the electricity in this crowd. You've got to get to a live event here at 49 Ferris Lane so you can experience the excitement yourself.
We have a great crowd here tonight, as I believe a complete sellout. Hundreds of people, including some standing along the wall. Stratosphere at the knee to the midsection. Scott Wheeler up. Might have been going for the Star Destroyer. Wheeler had it scouted. Wheeler going for some old school vintage Mark Wheeler. Stratos had it scouted, and then Stratosphere going high risk. You don't see that very often. Stomping on the back of Wheeler, face first into the mat.
But that's what it's going to take to beat Mark Wheeler. Mark Wheeler is one of a handful of men who have won everything in Barrie Wrestling. He's a former Three Pistols champ, a former 400 North champ, and one of the longest reigning heavyweight champions in BW history.
Mark Wheeler reigning with the 400 North Tag Team Championships as part of a tag team that disbanded many years ago, but a member of that was Jody Threat, who we now see on Impact TV or TNA. And she was a women's tag team champion for TNA as well.
Absolutely. And the third member was Holden Albright. You want to talk about scary and unhinged. Holden Albright may have been the biggest monster we've ever seen in Barrie Wrestling.
Wheeler's in the ring with a monster right now in Stratosphere. Now, Jim, are we getting a history lesson here from Stratosphere?
Absolutely, and Stratosphere was an infrequent member of the Riot Makers. It was timely that you brought them up. I don't know if the big man heard you, but he's absolutely right. When the Riot Makers won the tag team titles, Stratosphere was a factor in that match.
Stratos into a cover. His former teammate, Mark Wheeler.
I don't know if Stratosphere is capable of being a teammate with anybody. He looks after himself, and that's it.
To be fair, he was on the victorious team in this year's Wild Rovers matchup. And fans, if you do not have IWTV, if you do have IWTV, you can check out both of our Wild Rovers matchups. If not, they're on our YouTube page for free. It is hybrid wrestling / soccer, and it is indescribable. You have to go check those matches out.
Professional play-by-play guy would be able to describe it.
When I start getting paid, I'll be professional.
You don't get paid?
Back to the match in the ring. Stratosphere beating down on Mark Wheeler. Hard Irish rip from Stratosphere. Wheeler caught him coming in, driving Stratos face first into the top turnbuckle. And now Wheeler going up to the high rent district. Oh, but Stratos caught him. Wheeler landing uncomfortably. Oh, this is a bad position for Mark Wheeler, Jim. Stratos going for the Star Destroyer, caught by Wheeler. Knife edge chop, adding wealth to the tattooed chest of Stratosphere.
Mark Wheeler is just so physically impressive. His strength is off the charts, but look at that.
Shotgun dropkick off the second rope for the Golden Gun.
That will adjust your attitude in a hurry.
Both men down. Wheeler calling on the Barrie Wrestling faithful. What a kip up from Wheeler. Pump kick from Wheeler. A block. And now Wheeler, I don't know what he was going for there, but he's up over the top on Stratosphere. It might have been a slice of bread he was looking for. Diving back elbow from Mark Wheeler. Incredible quickness for somebody that big. Manhattan drop. Atomic drop. Stratos getting it coming and going. Back suplex from Wheeler into a cover. 2 count. Stratos gets the right shoulder up.
This is what we were talking about, Mike Jeffries. We've had so many great athletes, still have so many great athletes in Barrie Wrestling, but Mark Wheeler is at the top tier. I don't know if we've ever seen anyone quite like Mark Wheeler.
Wheeler is a specimen. Earlier this year, he was out for, I want to say 6 to 8 months with an ankle injury, but he has come back better than ever. Stratos caught him there, flipping Wheeler over, landing face first. Stratos with a big head of steam, driving it into the back of Mark Wheeler. Now Wheeler, he's in a bad spot, Jim, up on the top rope. I think Stratos is going for the Star Destroyer again.
This is where Stratos' height advantage makes such a big difference. This could be it for the Golden Gun.
Star Destroyer got all of it. Wheeler is out cold. Stratosphere is going to pick up a huge win. Jim, Wheeler kicked out. And a second pinfall. This time Stratos hooks the leg. And I gotta think the damage Stratos took earlier prevented him from getting a good cover after the Star Destroyer.
Let's take another look at this, Mike. Oh! I cannot believe Mark Wheeler kicked out after that. It was lights out from the Star Destroyer.
Stratos is 6'6", so that's a solid 4-foot drop face first onto his knee from Wheeler. Do not try that at home. Stratosphere first to his feet. Wheeler on rubber legs. Stratos going for knee to face. Wheeler caught it. Stratos holds on to the top rope. Big kick misses. Huge right hand from Wheeler connects. Wheeler going for Skyfall.
He's got to pin him, though. He can't give Stratos time to recover.
Incredible impact from Wheeler on the Skyfall. And Stratos using that length and ring acumen to grab the bottom rope. Brilliant maneuver there from Stratosphere, aware of where he is in the ring.
And a rare error from the Golden Gun. Usually his ring awareness is absolutely infallible, but there he did not move his opponent to the center of the ring.
And full credit to Stratosphere for knowing to roll to that side. Wheeler looking for the revolver. Stratos inside cradle. Wheeler counters. Stratos counters. Wheeler counters. Stratos counters. Both men kick out.
A seesaw battle back and forth.
I think referee Brad Myers got kicked in the eye on that. Roll up from Stratosphere.
He's got a handful of tights.
Stratosphere steals the victory.
Michael, I told you at the start of this match, Stratosphere would stab his own mother in the back to get a victory, and now his losing streak is snapped. He's just knocked off one of the true legends of Barrie Wrestling.
Stratosphere staking his claim, whether it's the Three Pistols title or the Heavyweight Championship. Stratosphere may have just earned himself a shot. What a huge victory for Stratosphere.
Mark Wheeler clearly frustrated. It's pretty rare that you see the Golden Gun facing up at the lights, but a rare loss for the former heavyweight champion.
And fans, I believe we have a replay of Stratosphere getting that handful of tights. So we're going to show it to you.
Hold on. Don't go to replay, Alan.
KPK and Matty Z, what are you doing out here? Wheeler is one of their trainers. He helped them get to this point. He helped them get here to Barrie Wrestling. What are you doing? Oh, stomping the surgically repaired ankle.
Oh. Someone's got to ring the bell. Get some help out here.
We need help out here again. Where's our security? Ahmed, what is this? Oh, tornado kick. Elevated neck breaker from KPK.
What now?
What is going on? Wheeler is out cold. We need help for the Golden Gun.
Oh, no.
Oh, we saw Brian Sinclair. We saw his video on social media earlier this month. Was he the man on the phone last month? When KPK and Matty Z teamed up, they had somebody on the cell phone. Was that?
It must have been Mr. Sinclair.
The executive consultant, Brian Sinclair, clearly the man pulling the strings.
We could barely hear the executive consultant over this crowd.
Stop me! I'll take my time and indulge myself.
Oh, come on!
Tonight is a momentous occasion. Barrie Wrestling's long-awaited debut on Rogers television. Truly cause for celebration. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. Barrie Wrestling has a very serious problem. You've seen for over a year, myself and my new associates did exactly what our trainers and contemporaries told us to do. We showed up, we helped out, we shook hands, and we smiled. And we were told that somewhere down the line, sometime in the future, we would be given an opportunity. We would be given a chance in the spotlight. However, month after month, show after show, it's been the same faces on the posters and the same name on the card. Shut up, I'm talking. I came to something of a realization.
Brian Sinclair being shouted down by the Barrie Wrestling audience.
You? What are you? No one's gonna come in here and stop me! I will stall this entire show until you shut up and hear what I have to say!
Brian Sinclair threatening to take over the show.
That new spots are not being made. That existing spots are not being given. They must be taken by force. Let this be a notice to everybody in the back. everybody in the little video at the start of the show that we are Barrie Wrestling. But I will and every single one of you will be saying we were Barrie Wrestling. We're here to change the landscape of this company and this industry. Entitlement or self-importance, no. Like I said, Barrie Wrestling has a serious problem. This company, that roster, the management, and the fans have become stale, stagnant, and complacent. For the benefit of all of you, myself, the last true professional, Brian Sinclair, the strong arm, Ahmed, the crown jewel of Boone, drag Barrie Wrestling into the future. Screaming, if necessary, but into the future nonetheless. We are Chimera. Stand with us or stand aside.
Mark Wheeler's face told the whole story as we have been introduced to Chimera. The last true professional, Brian Sinclair, KPK, Abu and Ahmed, and Matty Z, putting the entire roster on notice, Jim.
Not just the roster, Barrie Wrestling management and the fans. These men claim they are going to drag Barrie Wrestling into the future, whether we like it or not.
And Jim, who's going to stop them? And here with Barrie Wrestling on Rogers TV and IWTV or wherever you're watching it. This next matchup, Jim, a clash of styles. It's going to be Ali against Kyle Boone. Throw it to Aaron Grant in the ring with the introductions.
Making his way to the ring.
Yeah!
Jim, let's be honest, the crowd here is still a little bit stunned at what we just saw. The formation of the group Chimera beating down Golden Gun Mark Wheeler.
It's shocking, frankly, and I am a huge supporter of Ali. I think he is one of the bright young stars in this business, but I'm just shocked. How did Brian Sinclair hold that group together? Where did he get the money to hire all those thugs?
We're going to have to find out more going forwards, but Ali, another bright young star, part of the future here at Barrie Wrestling, trained by Dustin Rhodes, a.k.a. Gold Dust. Ali, the unnatural, with the biggest height and longest wingspan I think we've ever had here in Barrie Wrestling. But he's taking on a former heavyweight champion and a man that you saw earlier tonight, the Wavemaker and the still self-proclaimed King of Barrie, Kyle Boone, who I don't know if he'll be coming out here with his queen.
How can he be self-proclaimed if he has a crown? Not sure what Russo and Mac are doing out here. Shiloh's been very explicit in her instructions. Kyle Boone can't have any support, any backing from the Royal Family.
Here comes Shiloh, Jim.
Well, maybe I'll get an answer. Of course, that means having to listen to Shiloh.
The look on her face might be the only answer that we need. I mean, Shiloh has resting witch face, but she looks angrier than usual right now.
I mean, maybe.
The Queen of the Harpies coming down to the ring with a purpose. As you mentioned, Grizzly Mac and Anthony Musso, who were victorious earlier today in that six-man tag match. Now Shiloh, don't give her the mic. Aaron, you'll learn eventually.
my music. Okay, so when I come out, when the I would love to have addressed this in the back, but for whatever reason, you three will not listen. So now I think a little compensation is over. So notice that Richard is out here right now. That's because I sent him home. It's time to go over. But you three need to reel it in. I have done everything to keep titles on the Royal Family. I have told straight. I have worked overtime. And you two lost your match.
But we're still champions.
If those titles could have been on the line, what would have happened then, huh? I don't care. No, I don't care. Kyle? I don't know what that was earlier. I love you very much. But I don't like you right now.
Ooh. Are the fans chanting for Kyle Boone?
I think you're right.
Let's not forget, you were the person that believed in you this entire time when everyone thought that you needed the Royal Family ringside to get a ring. Who was the one who sent them to the back so that you had an opportunity to show everyone what you were made of? That was me, okay? And that was because I swear that you and I have always been.
Crowd now chanting for Ali, Kyle Boone's opponent, who is patiently waiting for Shiloh to stop speaking.
He's kind of enjoying this, Mike.
As opposed to me, I am impatiently waiting for Shiloh to stop speaking.
Our fans from ringside show are not supposed to be out here. And you are going to have to show us how great you are. You're going to start. Okay? The next person to disrespect me is going to get my full wrath.
Well, Mike Jeffries just disrespected you, Shiloh.
Hey, let's not throw anybody under the bus right now. She said the next person, Jim.
Well, give you a minute.
I would never disrespect the Queen of the Harpies.
You just did.
I thought that was a playful nickname. Oh, Shiloh is headed to the back along with Grizzly and Musso, and now Kyle Boone's got the mic. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Kyle said something I agree with for once.
Is the mic on, though?
In Kyle's case, the wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead.
Crowd solidly behind the unnatural Ali.
Look at the size of Ali. Just so impressive. And he moves like somebody who's half his height. Incredible athleticism. And again, another one of the members of our roster that's in that, I don't know his exact age, but he's under 25. There is a huge youth movement in Barrie Wrestling. Unfortunately, some of it's been co-opted by Chimera. But I am very excited to see Ali here against the former champ Kyle Boone, the wave maker, with the Florida North Tag Team champs sent to the back. It's going to be one-on-one. And Jim, not to belabor the point, but do you know anything about Chimera? Like, do you have a clue how this happened?
Well, the executive consultant, Brian Sinclair, has been sending cryptic messages. We saw Mark Wheeler's picture in one of those, along with other guys like Champion Clutch SCV. He's been sending this message, and he's pulled together one of the most impressive groups of talent we've ever seen here. And, like, it's shocking to me.
We're going to have to find out more. Hopefully we learn some more over the coming months. You'll have to catch Barrie Wrestling in order to find out what's going on with Chimera. Fans, thank you so much for joining us. This is the debut episode on Rogers TV. I'm Mike Jeffries on the call with Diamond Jim Lowe. If you're watching us on IWTV, thank you so much for joining us there as well. Be sure to catch all of our matches. Look up the whole catalog. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you there as well. We're just so glad that you're here with us. And a great counter by Ali blocking the arm drag. And that is the advantage of the huge height and reach advantage of the Unnatural. And then a Japanese arm drag as well. Incredible technical wrestler. But Boone stopping the momentum with a boot to the midsection.
Ali in red and yellow. Former Barrie Wrestling heavyweight champion, the Wavemaker Kyle Boone, eating that body press. Can you imagine having a man that size coming flying through you in the air, through the air?
I'd be like the fly bouncing off a windshield in that case.
Enough about your wedding night.
Ali looking for a head of steam, but telegraphed it. Cannot do that for Kyle Boone. Kyle Boone, for all that we make fun of him, he is a very talented wrestler. Not what I would call a genius, but very, very skilled in the ring. And just attacking that left shoulder and arm of Ali. Driving his knee, trying to hyperextend the elbow or dislocate the shoulder.
Boone is also deceptively strong. He's not the biggest guy, but he has a power element to his game that we're seeing more and more of it. Oh, there's a perfect example. Absolutely rocking Ali's kidneys.
One thing we've seen in Boone over the past few months, past couple of years really, is a dark side to him, a violent side to him that was not there before. He was kind of happy-go-lucky. Even with Shiloh's influence, he was kind of the golden retriever with a Chihuahua buddy. But he has just become angrier and more dangerous as time has gone on.
Well, let's be honest, if you had that Chihuahua biting your rear day in and day out, wouldn't you get kind of angry?
That's a fair point. And I mean, the man did try to light our championship belt on fire.
You're really hung up on that, eh?
He tried to light it on fire.
Did it catch fire?
No, but blocking the chop from Ali, and now Boone, breaking the fingers, or at least trying to with Ali. And now, again, targeting that left arm and shoulder of the Unnatural, the Wavemaker picking apart his opponent.
Well, we were talking about Kyle Boone's strength, but I've noticed a bit of a change in Ali over the past few months. You're seeing him put on a bit more muscle mass. And my goodness, if this guy pokes up, there's not going to be anyone who can stop him.
No, Ali very, very lanky and looking to fill out. And Boone now grounding the Unnatural with this chin lock, just putting all of his weight on the head and neck of Ali, who's trying to call on the Barrie Wrestling fans, getting back to his feet, rights and lefts the midsection. Ali had his team, but cut down by Kyle Boone. Vicious impact. Ali able to kick out.
Ali was, of course, part of our amazing event at Kempenfest this year. The fans downtown Barrie absolutely loved this young man, really gravitated to him.
Fan summer is over, but if you live in the Barrie area, be on the lookout for Canada Day and Kempenfest next year. Barrie Wrestling often part of those festivities. We hope to be a part of it again next year.
But you don't have to wait that long to see Barrie Wrestling live. We've got a huge show Saturday, October 5th, Building a Mystery. It's our first ever mystery show. Tickets are on sale now. Contact us at Barrie Wrestling to learn more.
Kyle Boone stomping the hand of Ali. And then a boot to the shoulder, targeting the limbs of the lanky Unnatural one.
You got to wonder if Chimera will be at Building a Mystery. They certainly seem intent on changing everything.
And fans, this is our co-main event. We still have our huge Fatal 4-Way Barrie Wrestling Championship match main event. Clutch Jesse V, who has been dominant as Barrie Wrestling champion, defending the title against Electrico, Tarek, and the Clydesdale Clyde Kane. The biggest challenge Jesse V has faced in his reign. Jesse V, who's only been pinned once here in Barrie Wrestling, and that was by a man many of you who are wrestling fans will know, the walking weapon Josh Alexander, now a member of the Impact roster, the only man to defeat Jesse V in the middle of a Barrie Wrestling ring. But right now, we've got Kyle Boone and Ali here in our co-main event. And Kyle looking to get back in contention for that heavyweight championship. He is the man Jesse V beat when the title was vacated in order to win the title. Oh, and Ali going shoulder first into the ring post. Jim, we talked about Ali bulking up. He might not be able to do much of all after this matchup. That shoulder has taken a huge beating.
Yeah, and Kyle Boone, I mean, you like to make fun of a man's intelligence, but he is so focused in that ring, he will pick his opponents apart. He's been targeting Ali's shoulder because your reach doesn't mean a thing if you can't swing a punch.
Kyle getting the crowd to move. What has he got planned here? Is he going to throw Ali into the crowd?
Now, Mike, you were talking about the legendary Josh Alexander. Earlier, you were talking about our new Barrie Wrestling YouTube show. Any chance we're going to see some Josh Alexander matches?
I believe that there will be at least one Josh Alexander match coming down the pipe at some point. I mean, we can't have a YouTube show without showing Josh Alexander and Jesse V in one of the greatest matches ever in Barrie Wrestling history.
Absolutely. You can see it on IWTV, but give us a few more details about that YouTube show, Mike.
Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour debuts September 24th. It will be every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And of course, you can watch the episodes anytime you want on our YouTube channel after they air. It'll be 3 to 4 matches for free every week as we go into the Barrie Wrestling archives. And right now in the ring, a match that will be featured at Rush Hour at some point, Ali. But Kyle Boone, at the work he had done on Ali's shoulder, paying fruition there, is Ali unable to get Boone up. But the second time he does, Samoan drop from the unnatural into the cover. Huge upset.
How much would Ali's career benefit from getting this bit?
Wait. What are the tag team champs doing out here?
They're cheering?
Musso, protect your vocal cords. But the Barrie Wrestling crowd now conflicted as everybody loves Musso and Musso apparently loves Boone. Boone seems confused. Ali, he might be looking for the finale. If he hits this, it's over.
As I was saying, how big would it be for his career?
And he did, but Boone sidesteps the finale. Going for a European uppercut. Ali counters backslide. Boone shoulders down. Just out the back door. Boone saving himself. Oh, perfect flow European uppercut.
Wow.
Boone turning the lights out on Ali. And then
look at the torque on that, Mike Jeffries.
Boone told me about this. He says it's called What a Maneuver. And Boone is victorious. Ali taps out.
Kyle Boone has finally won a match.
Grizzly Mac assuring Musso that it's safe to come into the ring.
Well, he's worried about Shiloh.
As we all should be, the woman owns nunchucks and many knives.
Allegedly.
We have seen them in the ring, Jim.
When?
You can see it on IWTV.
I don't believe you.
Well, here comes Shiloh, who does not look happy, even though her king, Kyle Boone, picked up the big win. Or maybe, is that her happy face, Jim? Well, Shiloh waving Boone off and walking into the back, but Kyle Boone victorious. Fans, stick around. Our huge main event for the Barrie Wrestling Championship is coming up next. Fans, it is time for title match number 2, but first, for those of you who don't know Barrie Wrestling, I still have to shout this out. Our photographer, Brian Weiss, and our sound engineer, Shelly King Weiss, celebrating their 28th wedding anniversary today. They are the heart and soul of Barrie Wrestling. We would not be here without them.
And members of the Barrie Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Now, this is a Three Pistols Championship matchup. Aaron, take it away.
First, the challenger, coming in from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 175 pounds, Myung Jae Lee!
This is a match I have been waiting for months. Myung Jae Lee, the longest reigning Three Pistols champion in Barrie Wrestling history, screwed out of his title last year, and he's finally getting a chance to regain it.
I wouldn't say screwed out of his title. He was not pinned or submitted. He kicked Von Vertigo, who landed on Van Landon and got the pinfall. Now, Van Landon has since won the Three Pistols title off Von Vertigo. Myung Jae Lee finally getting a shot to win back what he believes is his title.
Now you're a Von Vertigo fan?
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from Aurelia, Ontario, weighing in at 2.
Aaron, get out of the ring. This match is already underway. Myung Jae Lee not waiting for the introductions. Van Landon, finally, he hasn't even taken his sunglasses off. Aaron Grant, get out of there quickly.
You were talking earlier about popular stars. Van Landon is a local boy, a hometown high-octane hero, and he is our Three Pistols champion. You new viewers, you are in for a treat because these two are the very best wrestlers in Ontario. They are going to tear this house down.
We've talked about our YouTube channel. Last month, or a couple months ago, I got the chance to interview Van Landon for our Getting to Know series. Van, like myself, from Aurelia, Ontario.
We forgive you.
Van is the pride of the Sunshine City.
Low bar.
Knife edge chopped at Myung Jae Lee. Hey, we've got Gordon Lightfoot and Stephen Lee Cook. Who's Barrie produced? Sorry to all you people watching on Rogers. But Van Landon, Barrie Wrestling's most popular wrestler in 2022, an absolute fan favorite, and got to be one of the leading candidates for most popular wrestler of 2024.
If only because he knows how to pronounce Stephen Leacock's name.
You got me so angry, Jim. Van Landon, as I like to call him, the Mariposa Mauler, the Sunshine City superstar. Myung Jae Lee with a knife edge chop, and this is under old school Three Pistols championship rules, which means no count out, no disqualification, no time limit. Fans, for those of you who are not familiar with Barrie Wrestling, our Three Pistols Championship used to be only contested in triple threat matches. That rule has gone by the wayside, but the spirit remains in that traditional Three Pistols title matches do not have disqualifications or countouts. Or at the very least, no time limit. And this match is finally actually underway.
And this is, we say that.
So, I may have misspoke. Sorry, this is no time limit, but there are still countouts and DQs in this matchup, is my understanding. My apologies. I figured because Young Kyle wasn't counting that there were no countouts in this matchup, but the match hadn't actually started. We're still figuring things out here. It's a lifelong process.
It's just you.
In the ring, Van Landon, he's got things figured out. Diving European uppercut from the barn burner.
Yeah, as I was saying before, you messed everything up. Styles make the match, and in Myung Jae Lee, you've got an incredible striker, a ground technician, versus easily the highest energy, highest flying star in Barrie Wrestling in Van Landon. And it's going to be, will Van Landon be able to take to the air or fly around that ring if Myung Jae Lee takes away all of his limbs?
Absolutely. Myung Jae Lee, a brilliant striker. He comes from Grapplers Anonymous in Buffalo. For those of you who follow pro wrestling, you might remember the name Daniel Garcia, Kevin Blackwood. These are the men that have trained at Grapplers Anonymous, and Myung Jae Lee comes from that same lineage. And I believe we talked about this in the past, Jim, but it feels like day one of practice is just beat each other up at Grapplers Anonymous because everybody who comes out of there is tough as absolute nails.
And I want to make it very clear, Daniel Garcia isn't just a name that Mike Jeffries is dropping right here. He had some of the best matches of his young career right here in Barrie. He's gone on to great things, and you watch these two men in the ring right now, you're going to see them on big networks and on premium line of events, just like you're seeing Danny Garcia now.
100%. Myung Jae Lee, one of the brightest young stars. Van Landon can say the absolute same about him. And Myung Jae Lee, though, right now, just absolutely pummeling the Three Pistols champion.
This is what I was talking about. Van Landon can't take flight if he's having the crap beat out of him.
Now, when Van Landon defeated Von Vertigo, Jim, that was one of the loudest crowd reactions we have ever had. And that was almost the end of his reign right there, a 2 count. If Van Landon gets pinned or submitted in this matchup and loses, I don't know what it's going to do to this crowd.
I'll tell you, the Three Pistols Championship has a storied history here in Barrie. Stars like Lionel Knight, Von Vertigo, Gabriel Fuerza, Mark Wheeler have all held this title. Even Tarek, one of our challengers in the main event tonight, a former Three Pistols champion.
And many of those Three Pistols champions have gone on to win the Barrie Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Absolutely.
Much like the Intercontinental Championship in the old days, and I guess the current days for WWE, the Three Pistols title is a stepping stone for many superstars. But for Van Landon, this is there was a huge moment in his career. This is a man who was a fan in the crowd. That is no joke. He was here when Von Vertigo won the Barrie Wrestling Championship. He was in the crowd for many great matches. He was on the ring crew. He worked his way into our ring, and he's now a champion just 20 minutes south of his hometown.
But will he be a champion much longer? Myung Jae Lee choking the life out of Van Landon right now.
Dragon Sleeper in the middle of the ring. Van Landon trying to hold on to his title, getting up to a vertical base, breaking some of the tension, and using knees to the head to break the hold. Jawbreaker from the barn burner.
Van Landon smartly using his height advantage to escape that deadly move.
Oh, but kitchen sink knee from Myung Jae Lee, turning Van Landon inside out. Van Landon survives, kicking out at a count of 2. This has been a new side of Myung Jae Lee. Ever since he lost the title, there's been a mean streak unlocked in him. But he hasn't been successful in many of his matches since losing the title. I think the anger has become uncontrollable for him. And he gets out of, he loses his way in the ring and ends up looking up the lights. So far in this matchup, he's been able to keep things in control.
That's what I was going to say, Mike. This is shades of the Myung Jae Lee that dominated the Three Pistols division for more than a year.
But ducking to the outside there, Van Landon caught Myung Jae Lee coming in, then European uppercut to the back. And Jim, you're 100% right. To finish your point, Myung Jae Lee, the longest reigning Three Pistols champion in Barrie Wrestling history, held it for more than 400 days. And when he lost it, he was not pinned or submitted in that matchup. But running boot from Van Landon, Myung Jae Lee in trouble. Huge move, a Rough Rider from Van Landon. That's new in the arsenal, but Myung Jae Lee surviving, kicking out at a count of 2. These two men busting out brand new maneuvers, trying to take each other out. They know each other well, both in the triple threat match, and just their stories have intertwined here in Barrie Wrestling over the years. They've been on almost every one of our shows for the past 2 years. They've seen each other wrestle countless times. These two men know each other in the ring, Jim.
And if you want to see some of the matches that Mike is talking about, if you have an IWTV subscription, you can go back and watch any of our shows from the past 5 years, including all of the epic title defenses by Myung Jae Lee and the rise of Van Landon.
We have over 180 matches on IWTV, and what a meteora from Myung Jae Lee, collapsing the lungs of Van Landon. Oh, and a brainbuster, sheer drop brainbuster from Myung Jae Lee. Van Landon just kicked out.
Now, Mike, this has got me excited. I've got to ask, and I'm sure the fans are wanting to know, with our new YouTube show, are we going to see any Three Pistols title defenses from the Myung Jae Lee era?
Actually, we're going to see Myung Jae Lee and John Atlas in a Three Pistols match from almost 2 years ago. And I won't spoil the ending for you, but you're going to want to check that one out.
That's an amazing match.
Now Van Landon, he's in the drop zone. Myung Jae Lee might be looking for the double stomp, but Van Landon caught him with a leaping European uppercut, cutting Myung Jae Lee off at the pass. And now Van Landon's meeting Myung Jae Lee up at the top. At the apex, superplex from Van Landon. Both men feeling the effects of that. Let's check out this replay.
This is incredible.
Myung Jae Lee from the rooftop getting superplexed. both men down. Kyle starting the count. Fans, if this gets to a count out, or a 10 count, with both men down, the match is over and Van Landon retains, but you know he doesn't want to draw. Count of 6. Neither man really moving. Myung Jae Lee starting to stir. Van Landon, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Now both men up to at least 1 foot. That's enough for young Kyle to stop the count.
There are bigger men than Myung Jae Lee. There are stronger men than Myung Jae Lee. There are not many who can hit harder than Myung Jae Lee.
Fans, Myung Jae Lee has been in more Match of the Year candidates than anybody else on our roster, and he will be heavily featured on Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour over the coming months. I can promise you that. And Van Landon, though, firing back, boot to the midsection. He's got Myung Jae Lee hooked. And usually floats over the back. Moon landing from Myung Jae Lee. Shades of Vinnie Moon. Kick out at a count of 2 from Van Landon. And then going for the Busaiku knee, countered by Van Landon. Driver from Van Landon into a cover. Myung Jae Lee kicks out. Jim, what is it going to take for either one of these men to finish this matchup?
Well, how many times did we say that during Myung Jae Lee's 400-plus days as champion? How many times have we said that since Van Landon became champ?
Van Landon and Myung Jae Lee might be the 2 hardest men to put away on our roster. And Van Landon going for aviation, the airplane spin. Oh, but Myung Jae Lee rolls out into a DDT. What a counter from Myung Jae Lee. Busaiku knee!
This could be it, Mike.
Myung Jae Lee's won so many matches with that. Van Landon, on instinct and gumption, able to kick out.
The FLCC crowd was shocked. They thought they were going to see the hometown hero lose this match. Somehow, he willed himself to a kick out.
Myung Jae Lee trying to join the very short list of 2-time Three Pistols champions. He got caught coming in that time. Elevated European uppercut from Van Landon. Van Landon planted him. Now going for the Gotch style. Oh, but I think Myung Jae Lee might be out already. Just dead weight, and Van Landon retains the Three Pistols Championship.
Here's your winner, and still Three Pistols Champion, Van Landon.
Myung Jae Lee could be seriously hurt here. Young Kyle's got to check on him. He just went dead.
Vicious landing from Van Landon, and Van Landon, I mean, he's had his issues with Myung Jae Lee. Myung Jae Lee kicked him in the groin at the end of the Three Pistols Championship match when Myung Jae Lee lost the title.
Sure he's okay. I don't care what you think about Myung Jae Lee. When you see someone shaken up like that, you've got to make sure that they are all right.
I think Van Landon, he went for he had the match won. He went for one more move because he's still got anger built up from Myung Jae Lee. That is still your champion, Van Landon. Fans, we're going to intermission. We've still got our 4-way heavyweight championship matchup. Fans, thank you so much for joining us here on Rogers TV or IWTV, wherever you're watching. Check us out on YouTube, our new show, Barrie Wrestling's
Looks like,
Rush Hour.
whoa!
Oh, come on, Myung Jae!
Are you kidding me?
Attacking a referee, that's a
No!
pile driver to young Kyle. Myung Jae Lee, what is wrong with you? It's a new low even for you. Oh, Jim, I think Myung Jae Lee's feeling okay.
Myung Jae Lee has crossed the line. Barrie Wrestling management has got to do something about that man.